Is it recording now?
It is recording now.
Cool.
Yeah.
Hey, we're doing the show in the same place two weeks in a row. How about that?
It's nutty. What
This-
show? Wait, what show is this?
Oh, we are horribly off topic.
Oh, that's right. It's because I do so many podcasts. I actually do another one, but we haven't done it in a while. Do.
So we are in the same area of where we recorded last time, but now I have a TV.
Yes, you do.
So we can't
put it there, so we moved the car. We tried recording at the card table in the kitchen, but again, it was too echoey, even with the cool microphone. So we moved the card table into
my room.
Into the room.
I need to figure out space better in here, because I feel like I could have more room.
Yeah, I mean, when we were moving you in, the point was made that maybe your dresser should go where your bookcase is, because you would have more.
Do a switcheroo.
Yeah, because your dresser, like right now, the drawers, if they pulled out, would hit the bed.
No, they don't.
Well, I don't know. I haven't been here.
I moved the bed a little bit that way.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I mean, you can do a little
visual stuff on a podcast.
Yeah, I know. You can do a little switcheroo. I mean, the nice thing is that I don't think anything's too heavy. You could probably.
Well, the dresser kind of is with the stuff in it.
Well, I mean, you can take the things out.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah, whatever. I don't want to move anymore for a bit.
When I said doo-doo earlier, it made me think that the other day I had my lap my iPad sitting in my lap in bed, and I don't know, Stephanie and I were kind of like half. I was reading, she was reading, but we were also having a conversation, so it was weird. And some reason this podcast came up, and I started reading her the list of episode titles.
Oh, jeez.
And she's kind of like, "Yeah, it's probably not something I'd be that into, is it?" And I was like,
She might.
You might. It's and that made me think. Do I need to come up with more palatable episode titles or
I don't know. I think they're kind of funny.
I think they're funny too, but maybe are we attracting not that we're attracting the wrong.
We're not attracting anybody, because it's mostly our friends that are listening at this point.
Well, you never know. There could be somebody out there who found us just by searching iTunes. Comedy. The Steving of jobs, there was an SEO thing, right? Like I tried to get people in by making a joke about Steve
we're number
Jobs.
1 on Google now as far as searching.
This is horribly off topic, right?
Yeah, the last time I searched, we were the 4th one down, but
now we're number 1.
I searched today because I was really busy at work today.
So we're number 1 with a bullet.
On Google, if you search for horribly off topic, we're the first thing that comes up. Either that or the Google algorithm figured out that I like that.
That you like that. You're like,
put it on top for me.
First. Yeah.
So we're at least number 4th.
It's spooky to me. It's spooky to me to think about the Google algorithm, especially having watched Captain America: The Winter Soldier, where they talk about
Google algorithm.
Well, no, they talk about the German dude's algorithm, like the German dude from spoilers.
I didn't see it, so I don't care.
Okay.
Everybody else go eat shit.
The German dude from the first Captain America, who survived. He basically got turned into a computer program and a computer algorithm that is basically like evil Google, as if you needed to say that.
So it's just Nazi Google.
It's like Nazi Google, and it is installed into this secret organization, SHIELD, and they're going to use the algorithm Arnim Zola. Zola's algorithm to basically take out all the people who might ever do anything bad to Hydra, the evil organization. And I kind of think like Google could be like that. Their algorithm is either going to be like that, where it's going to get uploaded into some secret military satellite and it's going to like blow us all away, which is what kind of the plot of that movie was, or it's going to turn into Skynet, which also would blow us all away.
I want to be a cyborg. You
want to be a cyborg?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind being a cyborg.
What part? I'm intrigued by this. What parts of yourself would you want to have replaced by robotic parts?
Like almost everything.
Almost everything.
Yeah.
Well, then you'd be a robot. Well,
no, because
so you basically want a robot with your brain, or?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay.
Although that would be like, hey, that's a really dumb robot.
Well, at least it would be good at telling dick jokes.
I guess so. Maybe, there might be robots that are better at that than me.
Well, so Okay, what would assuming that you're not assuming that you're kind of becoming a cyborg, one piece at a time, what would be the first piece of yourself that you would replace?
Well, I guess like the limbs, I think, would be the easiest to replace.
Yeah,
because they can sort of do it now.
All 5 limbs, or just the 4 major ones?
5. Come on, Chris.
What?
Don't be a dick.
I see what you did there.
I would just replace. Well, yeah, it would be nice to have an impressive package for once.
Well, it's anything helps, right? It's just
yeah. It'd be like, remember that movie? What Planet Are You From?
No.
It had Gary Shandling in it, and I forget who the female.
Gary Shandling was in Captain America: The Winter Soldier.
Well, he was in Iron Man as well.
Yeah.
As like a senator or something.
Yes, he was same guy.
Okay.
He played the senator.
He got his head got fat.
His head did get very, very fat.
And I'm like, I like him. I liked his stuff, but then like all of a sudden he just I think What Planet Are You From was like the last thing he did.
That was
before, and it wasn't a bad movie. We went to see. I think it was probably 2000 or something like that, maybe 1999 when that movie came out. We went to see it in the theaters, having no idea. It basically, there's a race of alien beings that are basically just clones of each other.
Yeah.
And then I guess the DNA is getting a little
bit not so good.
Yeah, so they were like sending someone to Earth to procreate to make a new kid.
And they send Gary Shandling?
Yeah. Whatever, he's a funny guy.
I mean, pre big fat head.
Pre giant head Gary Shandling.
All right.
And so he sends them back, and they get him like some sort of, they give him a penis attachment because I guess they don't have them.
Okay.
And then I guess it has like a vibrator function. And so all the ladies he's banging are all like, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's where my leading questions were going towards, is that if you could replace anything, why not replace the penis? Because it's not all that reliable. Your arms and legs, man, those are pretty reliable. You learn how to use them when you're a kid, and boom, done. Your arms and legs work. Your head, the rest of your body. But
are you saying your dick doesn't work, Chris?
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Very long pause there.
Yeah, what I'm saying is that the penis, just no matter how hard you try to train it, is just an unreliable organ.
Because are you saying like training it as in like not ejaculating quickly, or
yes,
or getting hard when you're supposed to, or
all of the above.
I used to get like in college like the just approaching whiskey. You know what whiskey dick is?
I think so.
All right, I'll just explain it for the people.
In case there's a listener out there who doesn't.
All right, whiskey dick is when you cannot get an erection because you've drank too much alcohol.
Okay. Yep. All right.
But I would get to a point where I would drink just before that amount.
Yes.
And I would have like a sort of weird kind of whiskey dick where I could still have the erection and it would be able to maintain it.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't climax for forever. And so I'm assuming there might have been ladies that appreciated it, if I had a substantial penis. But I was just like, they were like, oh, he keeps on hitting me with that noodle a bunch.
God.
So what were we talking about? Oh yeah, being a cyborg. So yeah, I think I would get at least the arms and the legs to start out with, and because you could just be super strong because you have super strong arms.
Yeah.
You can run really fast because you got like cybernetic legs. Yeah. And I think they're working on things like that for like people that are amputees and getting them like a Luke Skywalker fucking arm.
Yeah, which would be pretty badass. It's not badass. I'm watching the in terms of cyborgs. I've been rewatching Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., the first season, which...
Spoiler it, because I have not seen it. Is Patton Oswalt in it?
Yes, Patton Oswalt is in it.
Okay, because he keeps on tweeting stuff about it, and I thought he was just joking that he was on it.
No, he showed up in like 3 or 4 episodes at the end of last season, and then he's definitely in the season premiere. Beyond that, I don't know.
Okay, because I thought he was just fucking around.
No, he really is. He really is on it.
That's funny.
So, did you ever read? You read comics a little back in the day.
Yeah, there's some in that box right there.
There you go. Did you ever read Deathlock? Are you aware of who Deathlock is? Okay. Deathlock's a cyborg. Right. Easy done. Deathlock's a cyborg. And he's been a bunch of different guys over the years, I guess. And they decided to basically tell Deathlock's origin story is the whole season 1 of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Kind of in the background, you're seeing Deathlock being born. But in the process of doing that...
Like out of the lady's vagina?
No.
Or the robot's vagina?
No, I mean, the season's not that long. Because, I mean, you would have, like, baby Deathlock then.
You saw... it's a
metaphor
for, like, the birth of his character.
The birth of his character.
Not the birth of himself.
Yeah, no, not...
I'm sorry, I'm being too literal.
So, you're seeing the origin of Deathlock over the course of the season. And they say that there was a previous Deathlock, and Bill Paxton is like the big bad of the second half of the season. He's the big villain, and he was apparently the very first.
Is this on Hulu or anything?
It's I don't know. That's a good question. It might eventually come to Netflix because it's an ABC show, and they seem to get those on Netflix.
Yeah, there's a lot of Disney stuff on Netflix now too, so maybe they have a big deal with them.
So that I would imagine it'll be there. Anyway, so Bill Paxton's the whole second half of the season. He becomes the sort of bad guy, and he's revealed to be a cyborg. And he lifts up his shirt, and where is he a cyborg? Like his side, like not even all his abs, like one side of.
I would definitely get rid of my belly too and make abs,
right,
robot abs.
Have you ever? I had this fantasy back when and I still have it every once in a while, but I'm an adult now and I know that it would kill me. But when I was a kid and I was pudgy, I had this fantasy of like taking a knife to just slice off the belly, like that would be the way that I would get thin. I would just like take the knife right to the belly and just like cut down, and then I'd be thin. And I realize now that would kill me from the blood loss, but yeah. Did you ever have that?
No, I never tried to chop myself up because, I was chubby.
maybe I have a real problem with I have a real weight issue, I guess.
So did I, but Jesus, I wasn't going to freaking cut myself.
I just thought...
You didn't do it.
I just thought about it. I was like...
Wasn't in that movie 7 where like they had the guy that was like the sloth?
Oh, yeah.
Like they made him cut like parts of himself off or something.
What's in the box? That's at the end of that movie.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Spoiler alert, it's his girlfriend's head. Or was his wife?
I don't know if they were married yet.
They might have been almost married.
Yeah. It's Gwyneth Paltrow's head.
Okay. Gwyneth Paltrow's head.
Gwyneth Paltrow's head.
Damn you, Kevin Spacey.
So yeah, your arms, your legs, your abs.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I was just like maybe almost everything except for my head.
Except for your head. Okay. Yeah.
Because that's the only thing, like the rest of me, it doesn't supply consciousness.
Right. So if you could take away everything else, just put your head on a robot's body.
Yeah.
Okay. What if you could put your head on anyone else's body?
Spiro Agnew.
Okay. Fair enough.
That was from Futurama. But yeah.
So we're back in your place, your new place,
yes,
as opposed to your old place, and you've got a new TV. You mentioned that.
Yeah.
You got the internet.
I do. I got that yesterday, and I went on a fucking adventure to get it.
but you went on an adventure. But before you have a phone book.
Yeah, there was some at the door when I got home yesterday, so I was like, oh, I'll grab one.
Who has a phone book anymore?
I do, because I was like, ooh, what if I need to order a pizza and I don't feel like going to the internet?
Well, tell me about this phone book. Tell the listeners about this phone. I can see it.
All right, so anybody that's our age or older.
Yeah.
Or maybe a little bit younger.
Yeah, a little bit younger.
Folks that were around the time where the internet really didn't exist.
Yes.
I mean,
it did exist.
It did exist, but
before
people it became widely used.
Sure.
People had phone books, which were usually large things where you would go and you would look in, be like, I want to order pizza. So you go to the yellow pages and you go under P for pizza.
Right. Or you just call Zesties. I mean, no brainer.
Well, if it's a place you like, or if you're in a new town, or if you're at you go, where is pizza? What the hell? I think there'd be pizza in here. I think that would be like one of the few things that...
In your phone book. Okay, so you look up and you want pizza, so you look in the phone book.
I am. What the frick?
There's no pizza.
Physicians,
psychotherapist,
pictures, pizza.
Pizza. Okay.
There's like, well, we are in air. So
We are in air. Yeah.
so there isn't very much.
No.
But yeah, there's like a little thing you would call up these pizza joints.
Yep.
And get yourself a pizza.
Yeah.
But like, there was,
if the phone book was a substantial thing, I mean, there used to be like these videos of like people showing their strength by ripping the phone book in half. Right?
I could rip this phone book in half, and I have very little upper arm strength
because you're not a cyborg yet.
I'm not a cyborg. I'm a regular human being,
and you could rip that in. You could rip it in half.
I'm tearing it a little bit. I don't want to actually do it because I
you
might
don't want to rip because you
want.
want it to. It's
I don't have to replace it already.
Right. Yeah.
Get another one out in the hall.
Yeah.
That the other people aren't going to take.
At what point are they going to stop bothering? That's what I wonder.
Once old people stop existing, I guess. Because our generation.
But you mean like all old people? Once it's nothing but young people, and they just decide no. You get to be 30 and they put a bullet in the back of your head.
Right, so we're Generation X, correct?
Yeah.
I'm on the tail end of it.
Yes. Yeah. You're. I saw someone just today who was like. Sometimes they call me Gen X, who was born in the same year as you. Sometimes Gen X, sometimes Millennial, and you're Gen X. You're Generation X.
Yeah, so we're Generation X. I think once our generation goes away, I think things like this will go away.
Okay. Right.
Or maybe before that, because I think our generation was the first one to kind of grow up with the internet.
Yeah. So we would be okay if there was no phone book.
But the generation before ours and our parents' generation before that.
Yeah, take away their phone books and they're
I don't know.
Fucking cats and dogs.
Not really, but there are once they kind of get phased out of existence.
Okay.
Well, I don't know, like if books are going to exist in 10 years anyways.
I know. Well, somebody should have warned me about that. I would have gotten into a different line of work.
Yeah, publishing, huh?
So you went and got a. That's going to depress me too much. So
sorry.
You went and you had to get a cable. You went on an adventure.
Yes. Okay. So here's what happens when you order something online. Mm-hmm. Now it's basically at the discretion.
This wouldn't happen if you ordered it through the phone book.
Listen, Chris. You still have to actually get the stuff. You can't if it's something that is substantial, that is not an app.
Yeah, I mean you can't. 3D printers have not come so far that you can just order it online
and then have it 3D print
it
a coaxial cable that I can hook up to my modem.
We're not there yet.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
So and I need the instructions and whatnot. So yeah, I you get it through UPS.
Yeah.
And I'm waiting and I'm checking online at work or whatever. Again, really, really busy. My boss doesn't listen to this. I am busy, boss. Don't worry. So I checked, when it was going to arrive.
Yeah.
And I looked and it was like, we tried to deliver it, but you weren't there. And I'm like, yeah, you tried to deliver it 1 p.m. when a person who works from 9 to 5 is not at home.
Yeah.
And then I got home and they were in the building.
Right.
They put the sticker on my door right over there on that door on the other side of it.
So they got into the building somehow.
Yeah, and they put my sticker there and I'm like, why didn't you just leave it in front of my door? Because I didn't have a welcome mat?
Yeah, I mean, for people who don't know, you're in an apartment complex. You have to be buzzed to get in.
Yeah.
So are they afraid your neighbors are going to steal it? I mean,
why would they steal a coaxial cable?
I don't know. That makes.
If I had known that's all they were basically shipping me, I would have bought one and I would have been fine.
And where I live in a big townhouse development with no security, aside from all the millions of cops who are always there lately, which is another story.
Well, we did bring it up on the first podcast.
We did bring it up back on the first one. Yeah. They'll just leave anything in front of my door, and sometimes they'll leave anything in front of my door in the middle of a fucking rainstorm. Like, they don't care. So
a lot of flaming bags then.
You need my UPS guy, and I need your UPS guy.
Yeah,
we need to file a complaint.
You'd rather just pick it up at the UPS store
or
something?
See, I don't know. Maybe nobody needs your UPS guy. They just all need my UPS guy. Because one time, I don't know what it was. It might not have even been UPS. It might have been FedEx. I could not get them to come to. It was FedEx maybe. It was when I was working in Boston, and I could not get them to come back to the office at any time that we were there, and they were just holding the package at FedEx, And I was like, can I just come and get it? And like, oh, I don't know if we, like, please, just let me come and get it. And I finally went out to South Boston and got the damn thing myself. So, I don't know. UPS drivers, FedEx drivers, get your shit together.
Well, I don't know. It's at their discretion, and maybe they think that someone would take it, but it was just a thing with a cord. I mean, he doesn't know what's in the damn package.
I guess, yeah.
But it's from Comcast, and it could be something that was expensive. So, maybe he made the right call. Maybe one of my neighbors would have been like, ooh, free
something.
Free stuff in front of this guy's door. Let's commit a federal offense and steal mail. Yeah, so I got here, I called the number, and they're like, do you want to pick it up today? And I'm like, yeah, that would be great. Then I could have internet tonight and jerk off or whatever I need to do.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I'm like, yeah, I'm going to do this. And they're like, okay, well, someone will call you within the hour. And I'm like, well, they'll probably be like, it's in Chelmsford because that's where the distribution center is.
Right.
Our hometown again.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I was just like, I'll just start driving there.
Yeah.
I get to Route 129.
Yep.
In Chelmsford, which is very close to where I need to be.
Yeah.
To get to
the UPS
distribution center. And I get a call, and I'm like, this must be them. They must have it there, and I'm almost there, so perfect.
Right.
Hi, this is so-and-so from UPS. We can have the driver meet you someplace. And I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah, sure. Where? He's like, oh, it's such and such. It's where the Verizon office is. 2 miles down the road from here. At 5 o'clock.
At 5 o'clock.
And it was like probably like 20 of. And I'm like,
so
okay.
You've driven almost all the way to where they are located, and they're already over here where you're located.
So yeah, I basically drove all the way back home, and then hung out by the little box where like they have the drop off for the UPS.
Yeah.
And then I saw on the side it says this box has not been picked up today. So
yeah.
I basically waited there until a brown truck arrived, and there it was. And I'm like, "Here's my slip, sir. Can I have my package?" And he said, "Okay, have a good one." And I said, "You too." And I got here, came home, and
now you have the internet.
Got some internet.
I jerked off.
I did later that evening, but not immediately. It's just before bed, kind of.
You like to pace yourself.
Get the poison out. Helps you sleep better.
Have you seen the 40-Year-Old Virgin? We've talked about this, haven't we?
Yeah,
we talked about the DVD thing. Yeah. Have you ever had a masturbation experience like that?
No.
Okay. Good. I feel better about you.
Why? Have you?
No. I look at that and I just think somebody out there, hopefully not Judd Apatow, but somebody out there that Judd Apatow knows has had that experience where they've lit the candles and they've...
well, I imagine it might be something that the ladies might do.
Yeah, I guess.
Because, I think it's less visual stimulation that ladies need.
Sure. And last time I was on one of those adult websites, they had a whole category of clips that was like for the lady. It wasn't called for the ladies, but it was like for women or something like that.
Did you check it out?
Of course I did.
What was on there?
I'm curious. It wasn't anything all that different from what you were seeing everywhere else. It was just there might be some nice music. The lighting might be a little bit better.
It wasn't forced gagging.
Yeah, there wasn't any of that. The lady was maybe getting taken care of a little bit better by the fella.
You don't have to mix words here.
Well, I'm not mixing words. I'm saying I am describing pornographic
are you talking
material
like
that
maybe more fellatio or not fellatio? Cunnilingus.
What I'm saying is I'm describing something that's for the ladies in a way that is for the ladies.
The ladies.
Anyway, it was interesting what they classified as for the ladies. It was just generally more.
What site was
higher
this?
Production value? I don't remember. I don't know.
It wasn't that long ago, was it? Pretending that it was.
It was a while ago. No, it was. I haven't done. I have a wife. I have children. I don't do that sort of thing.
Yeah, I imagine
not anymore.
Well, your wife doesn't listen, so I guess we could talk about this. But when you were over the summer, when you were working a little bit less, and I imagine you had a little bit more time to do so. Yeah.
No.
Take a black light to your office area.
I have not. I have not done anything of the sort in a very, very.
You're
very
not
long
making eye contact with me, and I think that means that you're lying.
Oh, why did I bring that? What were we talking about? Oh, you got what is the train of thought when we get horribly off topic? We started with the internet.
We said the name of the show, Drink.
Started with the internet, went to jerking off, 40-year-old virgin. Porn for women.
Yes, that was the train of thought.
That was the train of thought.
So yeah, we got the phone book,
which you used to be able to find things like strip clubs and escorts in too.
Do you want to see if there's escorts in here?
No.
See if we can get one for the show.
Then
you won't have to jerk off in your office by yourself.
Don't even go there.
I'm kidding, Steph. If you are listening, I'm kidding.
But that was a whole section, and especially that was when you could tell how much of a city you were in as opposed to a suburb, because when the adult section of the phone book got bigger and bigger and bigger, you knew you were in Boston.
Entertainers. All Pro Productions Incorporated out of Littleton. I don't know what that is, but I don't think it's a stripper.
They're entertainers.
Yeah, I don't think there's any strippers in here. I don't think they bothered.
Yeah, no, probably not. I'm sure they can find business more affordably elsewhere than by paying whatever Verizon is charging to be able to put out.
I doubt it's very much.
Well, I mean,
we could probably get in the damn phone book. Podcast. Horribly off topic.
Horribly off topic.
What number would we put?
I actually have a Google Voice number for Clarkwoods LLC, so we could put that in there.
Let's do it. Let's talk. Well, actually, we can't.
I should figure out what that is, and we could actually have people call it, and we could have call-ins, but I don't remember.
Like, here's a call from so and so.
From so and so. I don't even remember what the number is.
I was gonna say his name, but I didn't.
No, you know what? Now I'm thinking, what is the phone number? We could have people call. What is it?
That's another plug. So that's another drink.
That is another drink. Clarkwoods. 714-696. 6376.
So yeah, give us a call at that number.
Yeah,
and we might play your message on the air.
You know what the thing is I remember, because what it does is it rings through to my phone and it'll say Clarkwoods on it. Well, I remember not to pick up so that it goes to Google Voicemail so that we actually have something to play.
Or maybe you don't want to give it out. Maybe you want to bleep that just so you don't have your phone ringing. Well, actually, no. Well, how many emails have we gotten?
Yeah, I know. Tons.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You have more this week, right?
Yeah, we're not going to read them. But
because they're all bullshit.
Yeah, we have tons of them. Yeah, there's a couple other things on.
But I brought the phone book back up because, who are the kind of you had mentioned who are the kind of people that could rip one of these in half?
Yes. Oh, right, wrestlers.
Yes.
Because that used to be a thing, like wrestlers and strongmen, they would rip it in half. Who would have been the wrestler in the 80s who would have ripped the phone book in half? He might have been a really had big arms and whatever, but he had a fucking huge beer gut too. Would probably be the guy that would rip it in half.
Well,
I don't know, who would that be?
Bam Bam Bigelow.
Yes, yes, Bam Bam Bigelow would be the type of guy who would rip a phone book in half, wouldn't he?
I don't know. I can't remember what he looks like, but I think I remember him being not fit.
Yeah, no, he had pretty huge arms. He probably didn't have as big a gut as someone like Vader. Wasn't there a guy named Vader who had a huge gut?
This is something that guys need to look up yourselves.
Yeah.
On the YouTube. Have you ever seen The Shockmaster?
No, I have not.
All right, so I'm gonna try to explain it as best as I can remember. So I think it was in the days where WCW was still a thing.
Okay. Yeah.
And they had the guy used to wrestle as Tugboat.
Hmm.
Do you remember Tugboat?
I do remember Tugboat.
Okay, so he was not that fit.
And then he became something like Riptide or like Typhoon, because there was already a guy named Earthquake, and then Tugboat came back as a bad guy named Typhoon. Yeah.
All right, so Tugboat, like he was sort of at the end of his career, and he was a jobber, basically, or basically that's who regular wrestlers fight on like a Monday Night Raw or whatever.
Right. Yeah. And they just
they always lose. It's their job basically.
Their job to lose while the announcers sort of bullshit over this match that means nothing.
Yeah. So basically that's their job, and that's what his job was for a while. And he was trying to break back in to being a guy that had some sort of mainstream something or other.
Yeah.
So he comes, and like there's a big lead up to him, and they're like, "Look out! Here comes the Shockmaster," and I forget who it was that said it. And he's supposed to come through the wall. He's supposed to come through the wall.
Yeah.
And break through the wall is like one of those breakaway walls.
Right.
But I guess they couldn't replace.
He's like the Kool-Aid Man.
Kind of like that. But there was like a board at the bottom of it that he tripped over that he couldn't break through. And so he kind of trips out of the wall.
Falls flat on his face.
And he just falls down, and he gets up, and he's got wall bits on him, and he's kind of brushed them off. And he's wearing a stormtrooper helmet from like Star Wars that's like spray painted.
Why?
And he's got like a weird like sparkly cape on him or something like that. I forget exactly. And then like somebody else starts talking for him. He's not talking, and it's like some voiceover guy is talking, and he's like, "I'm the Shockmaster." It's like the part where he trips out of the wall and there's like fake explosion is probably one of the funniest things I've ever seen in my life.
I used to, like, for that brief period of time where he was Tugboat, and he was like a good guy. Like, I used to root for him because I think at that point I was chubby, and I was like, yeah, there's the chubby wrestler. I'm gonna root for that guy.
Well, but he was a jobber back then too. Because like who like besides you, who's rooting for Tugboat?
I don't know. Wasn't he like an acolyte or like a sidekick of Hulk Hogan's or something? He might have been. Yeah. Tugboat.
But he's still alive, I think. But there's a lot of them that are just dead.
You know, that's sad. Okay, I'm gonna say my saddest, and then you say your sad. Like, saddest dead wrestler story. They were promoting a few years ago that like the Macho Man Randy Savage was promoting the next version of the WWE video game. And it was like the one where they're going to have all the superstars come back.
Like the classic wrestlers.
Yeah. And he promoted it, and I think he made the commercial, but then like by the time the video game came out, he died. Like, or like right around the time that the video game came out, he died. And like it's sad that the Macho Man is dead at all. Like, that's the Macho Man. Like, he's supposed to live like for a long time.
For him and like Hulk Hogan were the like awesome. Well, they were a team together.
Yeah, they were the Mega Powers.
Yeah. But they were even better as rivals. When the
Mega Powers collided in WrestleMania 5.
I think it was 5.
It was 5, yeah.
Over Miss Elizabeth.
Miss Elizabeth, yes.
Who's also dead.
Yeah, who is also dead.
I think.
No, she's dead.
Okay.
She's dead.
She died first, I think.
I think so, yeah.
Hulk Hogan's the only one out of that trio that's still alive.
Hulk Hogan, it just seems like Hulk Hogan is like, it's gonna end up like Casey Kasem. He's gonna like be that wrestler who's just, and they keep trotting him out. Like they used to trot out Casey Kasem, or they used to trot out like Dick Clark. Like Hulk Hogan will be like 90, and they'll try to like trot out Hulk Hogan. Still,
he could at least tear this phone book. He
could. Even at 90, he'll probably be able to tear that phone book in half.
But he's still got the guns.
He does. He still has the guns. He's got a little bit more of a gut.
Yeah, but you know, he's like, how old is he now? His 60s now?
He's got to be. Yeah, at least 60s.
One of the things is I'm going to play a little bit of a nerd card here in case anybody didn't know. I'm kind of a nerd. I had this Dungeons and Dragons, like intro to Dungeons and Dragons game that came with a CD. And like at a certain point, you like run into this ogre.
Yeah.
And like on the CD, you play the track of like when you encounter the ogre,
right?
And the ogre's voice was definitely Macho Man Randy Savage. He's like, "Ooh, ooh yeah, I'm gonna." He basically was like, "Ooh yeah, I'm gonna smash you with my club." Or so. I can't do it right now. because my voice will just go bullshit.
He had the better catchphrases, like or just he didn't even have catchphrases. He just yeah, I can't.
Yeah, he had a better voice. He had a better
voice.
like I think he was just better in general.
Yeah.
And despite being Hulk Hogan being the All-American, and he had the song, it was like, I am a real American. Yeah. We didn't need to go further than that. Well, you tried to. I kind of cut you off. You were like going to sing the whole fucking song.
Fight for the rights of everyone. Yeah.
We should do karaoke sometime and see if they have that, and you should sing.
That would be awesome. The version of that I have an MP3 of that, and it's from the wrestling album that came out before it was Hulk Hogan's song, and apparently it was someone else's song. And the version of the MP3 I have has Mean Gene Okerlund, Jesse Ventura, and Vince McMahon back when he was just an announcer.
Back when before he was like a dickhead.
Yeah. And they're all commenting on the track, and apparently it was not for Hulk Hogan originally. But
they were commenting, oh, that's neat.
Yeah.
That's weird listening to commentary tracks on music.
Commentary tracks at the end of a song.
Oh, it's at the end of the song.
It's at the end of the song, and then on the wrestling album, or whatever it's called.
There was another theme song that I always remember, and I think this was after my time, but there was like a wrestler that was the nickname the Ass Man, or maybe that was his name. But like his song was like, I'm an ass man.
The one I remember is Demolition's theme song.
I don't remember Demolition.
It was Here Comes the Axe, and here comes the smash show with Demolition. Walking disaster.
That gives me the piss chills.
Yes, no.
I don't want to say douche chills because I've never actually had a douche. But like, you get that piss shiver, like, because like your body is regulated by the amount of water, your body temperature is regulated.
I did not know that.
By the amount of water you have in there.
Okay.
So if you drink a bunch of water and then you piss, you're letting out a lot of heat by pissing that water out.
That's why.
So you get a weird shiver afterwards because you're colder than you were before.
I never knew why I shivered after I pissed. I imagined it was something wrong with me.
No, it's totally normal.
That was another part of the reason why
I may have just made that up, but
There's another part of the reason
look it up yourselves.
That I want a cybernetic wiener. I just,
Well, wouldn't it be colder if? Well, actually, if you're pissing out warm piss, would I need to piss? Like if I was just a head on a robot body, like what would I? I would need some sort of sustenance to fuel
to keep
my
your
brain.
Head. Yeah, I don't know.
But what would I do? Like I wouldn't digest it the same way.
No, I mean presumably your cyborg body would pump the blood up to your brain and would somehow figure out a way to put nourishment into the blood to keep your brain alive.
Maybe I would just need vitamins or something like that, or some sort of supplements, or just enough calories
like
to
Matrix mush.
Run the brain.
Yeah.
At least we're bringing it back full circle.
Well, so wrestlers are dead.
But I think Macho Man was the bummer for me too, because I really dug him. Like he was a charismatic dude, and I think he was just about to turn the corner with Vince McMahon.
Yeah, he might have. Yeah, he might have come back or something like that, even as just an announcer or like a guy like.
And he would have been great as an announcer.
Yeah, he would have been great. He had the voice. But then he died, and it was.
You know what I did that day when I found out
that Macho Man died?
Yep.
Yeah. What?
Come on, take a guess.
You said I don't know.
All right, so I went to 7-Eleven.
Oh, and you got a Slim Jim.
I got more than one.
You got a bunch of Slim Jims.
I got a bunch. Well, no, I think I got 3.
And you snapped into them.
I snapped into them. Like I'm eating this terrible meat product as like sort of a pouring one out for my homies.
For is it? See, and I think that's why the Ultimate Warrior dying. That was just this year, or was it last year?
The thing is, the Ultimate Warrior didn't have much of a as far as he didn't do a lot of mic time.
No, he didn't do a lot of mic time. I was gonna say the Ultimate Warrior dying is not as sad because he got to live a little bit longer, and he did have the sort of like cathartic comeback around. He was inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame, and then he died like the next day.
Ugh.
That's the sort of like he'd been. I remember and I haven't followed wrestling in a long time. We're probably getting shit wrong that somebody could email us on.
I might have gotten shit wrong about pissing just now.
But like I remember I'd follow along, and it always seemed like every time you heard from the Warrior, he's kind of in a bad mood, and he was like not reconciled with his past or whatever. But like he came around. He was, he got to be like cheered for at this kind of meaningless Hall of Fame that they have. But for wrestling fans,
the Alive Wrestlers Hall of Fame. There's like 2 people in
and he probably came full circle, and then he died. So like he kind of had some closure. But Macho Man, as you said, was like close to like a new chapter or something. I don't know. It's just sad. Macho Man was like, well,
it's sad when people die in general, but it's just a bummer because it happens a lot in that industry, and I think maybe because like there's a lot of chronic pain that goes along with it, because I mean it may be choreographed,
it may be fixed, but those dudes are doing,
they're taking bumps, they are actually hitting each other. They may not be just kind of like UFC wailing on his head, but
but I mean, and then you take into account some of the high flying, like Macho Man is a perfect example of
top rope
flying off, landing on people with his elbow. Or not. I mean, kind of feigning
landing,
it.
But you're still landing on
the elbow. Yeah. I mean, the elbow is not a fun thing to land on.
And so, there's probably a bunch of addiction problems that are a result of the pain that they're feeling. They're, either pills or alcohol or both.
Yeah.
And that's probably why these guys aren't making it that long. It's good that Hulk Hogan's still around, and there's a couple guys from that generation, like Roddy Piper's still around. I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Jesse Ventura and his conspiracy theories.
But I mean, I don't think that they were, at least the previous generation that was performing when we were watching, I don't think they were very well taken care of.
Well, I don't think any of the generations.
They're probably still not being very well taken care of, but it seems to me that some of the guys now might. Well, they become more of a professional thing. Like the guys that we watched came up in something that was not sort of professional and institutionalized,
but it slowly became that.
Yeah, but they were already messed up from years
of doing it. Like, I mean, it's cool that he's actually one of my favorite people to follow on Twitter is the Iron Sheik.
Yeah, yes, the Iron Sheik is.
I don't think he writes his own tweets, but like it's definitely stuff he would say.
He would say, but it's a pretty damn fun account.
Let me talk about what you were about to say, and I'm going to find one of my favorite.
The Iron Sheik is a fun person to follow there. I don't know if I was going to say anything. Now I'm just stalling for time.
God damn it.
But
what I was going to say before is Vince is a very good businessman.
Yeah.
But he's not necessarily that great of
a human being.
Well, I don't want to say.
Yeah. Well, wait. I don't know.
But he's not. Oh, here it is. I found it.
You found it.
This
was about Vince. Iron Sheik.
The Iron Sheik, this was from early December of last year. He goes, "Today is National Cookie Day." But this is before the Ultimate Warrior died, mind you. Today is National Cookie Day, but for Ultimate Warrior today, National Go Paint Your Ass and Get Fucked, you piece of shit.
That was always, that was the fun thing about watching an Ultimate Warrior match, was watching the face paint sort of peel off.
Yeah.
And like sometimes it just like it ran like mascara might run, but other times it like peeled off in big chunks.
Yeah.
And it was always,
Did you ever go to the Garden?
I never saw live wrestling except for who even knows? It seemed very amateur, and it might have been at like the Chelmsford High. No, it wasn't even at Chelmsford High gym. It might have been at like the McCarthy gym or something like that.
Which is
but it was a professional wrestling organization, but it was not like WWE. It wasn't WCW. It was some random.
I think they do that all the time, like all over the country. So if you're interested in wrestling and you don't want to give money to Vince McMahon, who who is a very good businessman. I'm trying to say nice things and
right?
not get sued here, but he could definitely help out his employees maybe.
Yeah, it'd be nice if these guys didn't.
So, but yeah, support these local guys that are doing it, that aren't making dick, and then get an autograph from them for $10 or take a picture or whatever.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I have another there's probably internet memes of him all the time, but you remember $1 Million Man Ted DiBiase?
I do remember $1 Million Man.
Okay, he's still around.
Is he? I thought he was dead.
I don't think he's dead. I think he might be still alive.
All right, you tell the anecdote. I'm gonna look it up.
Okay, so he had his bodyguard. Remember?
Virgil.
Yes. So Virgil goes to like almost every convention or any sort of wrestling anything that he could possibly ever go to, and he basically kind of grifts people out of money. Did you find it?
Oh yeah, he is still alive. I thought he was dead.
$1 Million Man is still alive.
Age 60.
Yeah. So that's probably about almost everybody in that generation.
Yeah.
In their 60s.
Okay,
so yeah, Virgil just he tries to grift people out of money. So like if you go up to his thing, he'll just hand you a picture. No, he'll ask you what your name is.
Yeah.
And then he'll be like, he'll sign a picture or whatever to so and so, and he'll be like, "Here you go, that's $20," and they'll be like, "We didn't want that."
Yeah.
So basically, he tried to just cons people into taking his autograph and whatnot.
I hate to say that he looks shady, but
oh come on, that's racist. Don't be a racist.
That's not what I was saying. I'm saying the guy.
I get you, Chris. You're a college professor. You could not be racist.
I'm not racist. Says, which is exactly what a racist would say, right?
Yeah, I know, right?
Hulk Hogan, by the way, is 61.
All right, I was writing about him being in his 60s.
Yeah.
I've been right about a lot today.
You've been right a lot. It might be said that you are the more right of the two of us.
I don't know. Last week I was more drunk of the two of us. But it did make for some funny show.
It did make for some funny show.
But the thing is, I wasn't even that drunk.
You weren't even that drunk.
I was more tired than anything else.
You were tired and you were a little buzzed, and that just made for funny podcasting.
Yes, it did. Yeah. So yeah, Virgil.
Virgil. What is Virgil's real name? I got to look that up now. Wait, I can't even spell.
Vir.
Is he? Yeah, I think I'm looking
like
up
Virgin with an L instead of an
N. Of course, Virgil. Yeah. I'm not gonna find Virgil wrestler.
There you go.
Michael Jones. All right, he is 52.
So if you see Michael Jones out there in the circuit, don't get either. If you want to give him some cash so he doesn't have to necessarily grift you, then do that, or stay away from him so he doesn't.
Now this is it. This is a whole. His ring names included Curly Bill.
I don't remember that one.
Lucius Brown.
I don't remember that.
Mike Jones, Shane, Soul Train Jones, Vincent, and Virgil. Now, you want to talk about racist? Some of the people who gave him those names, probably Soul Train Jones.
It was a different time, Chris.
That's Vince McMahon going, you're Soul Train Jones, and
maybe he was on Soul Train once, and that's why they called him.
Maybe. So what was it? Oh, I gotta look it up. Tugboat.
Oh, you're looking for the other names of Tugboat?
Wrestler. Oh, he doesn't have a Wikipedia entry.
Oh, jeez.
Motherfucker.
Well, then you guys write one for Tugboat.
Write one for Tugboat. Pour one out for Tugboat. Is he still alive? That's
well, you can't find out without the.
Well, he's not on Wikipedia. I mean, there is this thing called Google, which I don't use because they're creepy. But there's this other thing called DuckDuckGo, which I do use. Tugboat wrestler.
DuckDuckGo. You don't use Google?
I don't use Google. No, fuck Google. Weird. Their algorithm is gonna destroy the world.
Along with the
Fred Ottman is the name of Tugboat, and it looks like he might still be alive. I think we don't have to pour one out for Tugboat. That's what I'm saying.
I'm not drinking anything. I finished my beverage actually.
Oh yeah, and I think I pretty.
Don't pour anything on my goddamn carpet.
On your carpet, dude. Tell me about Fred Ottman. So
what else do we have on the list?
What else do we have on the list?
Foley artist.
Drink. I was like, that's become a thing.
Yeah.
Penis drawings and
yes.
and podcasts that get turned into movies.
Okay, so let's do penis drawings first, then we close out with talking about other podcasts.
Fred Ottman is 58. Wait.
Andy's alive?
Andy's alive. His ring names included
Shockmaster.
Big Bubba.
Nice.
Bubba the Belt Collector. U.S. Steel. Big Steel Man. Tugboat Tyler. Tugboat Thomas. Tugboat. Typhoon. The Shockmaster.
Yes!
And Super Shockmaster.
Oh God, Super Shockmaster. I think that just probably blew up.
Super Shockmaster.
Maybe they brought him back like recently because of the Shockmaster nonsense.
Anyways, yeah. So penis drawings.
Okay, so I was playing Mario Kart 8 on the Wii U.
When
Chris arrived, and they have like a little messaging thing where you can draw pictures and send them to your friends and whatnot. And my buddy Jason and I were sending messages back and forth, and it just degraded into dick drawings.
I
started with like drawing like sort of like a guy bent over.
Yeah.
His asshole kind of like in the air,
in the
and
air.
then like in the background you could see like the dick, like in between his legs.
Right, and he's hairy, right?
I don't know if that guy was super hairy, but the last
one
I was hairy.
Yeah.
So then I had him farting out a message.
Right.
Hi Jason, how's it going, or something like that, and then he sent me a picture back. I think of some sort of dick.
Yeah. There was a lot of different dicks going around. You know, I never drew that many dicks. I feel like I was cheated out of some part of my childhood that I never drew. Like I certainly didn't.
You did in your art class.
I did in my art class. I drew actual limp dicks on men standing in front of me. They were never erect.
They were like, darn.
I mean, but that's the thing is like when we say penis drawings, we're talking about like rigid penises. Like,
well, who draws a limp dick?
Unless you're in an art class doing life drawings, nobody draws a limp dick.
So,
but what I was going to say is, I never drew them. I certainly never drew them with the regularity that the dude in Superbad drew them.
And in such fine detail.
Fine detail. And I feel like I'm missing out on something. Should I start drawing?
Draw a dick right now.
Okay, I'm gonna try to draw a dick while Steve tells me a story.
I have to tell a story while you draw a dick? You can't talk and draw?
I can't talk and draw. I
could explain what you're drawing. All right. So you're drawing the head of the dick first. Yep. It is erect, which is nice. Erect. Whoa. Holy ball sack, man. That ball sack is much bigger than that dick.
Yeah. Okay.
Why did you draw the ball so big? It's only one ball, too.
Well, no, the other ball is hiding behind it. Yeah. All right, so I've just drawn my first rigid dick.
Frame that. Give it away as an email contest.
You know, I was following along on Twitter last week when they were unveiling the Apple Watch, and one of the features on the Apple Watch, they wanted to create a whole new way to communicate. And one of the features is that you can draw things on it that will transmit over to your friend's Apple Watch, like a heart or like a fish was one example, because somebody was saying
those are really small, so it would be kind of hard to draw a dick.
But that's what someone said. It's like the whole group of people, like the most popular drawing that's going to happen on these things is people sending dick drawings back and forth to each other on their Apple Watches.
Maybe
do you think that's true?
Can you launch it like when you have like the Apple TV, you can launch from your iPad
I wouldn't imagine that's too far down the pipeline.
So you can just launch dick drawings at your TV. Like, why are there so many dicks on my TV?
Just
like firing dick missiles.
Fire dick missiles up the TV. You know, you're sitting there, you're watching a nice TV program, nice movie with the family, and you're bored with it and drawing a dick on your thing, and you just accidentally flip it because you think it's just your buddies around, but it's really your wife and your 2 kids, and all of a sudden there's.
Why would you be under the misconception that you were in a room with other people that aren't there, and then the other people are there?
I don't know.
I'm so confused right now. I thought I was with my friends, but apparently I'm with my young family.
Yeah, and I'm drawing a penis on my watch.
Look, darling. check this out. I'll launch it onto the screen. Hey, kids, check out these dicks. Stay away from those girls.
This does not look anything like a dick, does it?
It looks... Well, I don't understand why there's one ball.
No, there's another ball. It's over here.
Oh, I didn't see...
The other ball is behind this ball.
It's just it's an unattached penis. And it's just kind of resting on a ball.
Resting on... I don't know what it is. It's my first attempt at drawing a dick. See,
what you did, what I don't usually... Or what I usually...
And here's the rest of the body. Here's the leg.
Thanks.
Yeah.
All right,
here's the other leg.
Cool. Stop drawing legs. Let me talk.
And here's there's the man's hand around the... Yeah. Okay, go ahead. Keep talking.
Okay. That doesn't look like a hand. Looks like somebody drew a box on top of his dick. So yeah, what you didn't do, what I usually do when I draw a dick is to draw jizz coming out of it. You don't have to. Right. I'm just saying that's usually
part of. See, you're teaching me. I don't know these things.
Okay, so next time you draw a dick, you'll be like, well, guess what? Here's some jizz coming out.
Jizz. So usually, that's the whole point, is the jizz coming out of the dick?
Yeah.
Is that the whole point of dicks in general?
There's 2 points to dicks. Is the jizz coming out of it?
Wait, what kind of dicks have you been around? There are 2 points to dicks? I thought there was one, and it was kind of rounded point at the end. Oh, you mean there's 2...
you get to be literal now. That's fun.
Okay, there's 2 points.
You get to, have jizz fly out of it while it's hard, and then you get to have piss come out of it.
What happens when you piss when it's hard?
You piss on the wall or the back of the toilet seat.
Yeah. That is what happens.
Or in
Post-Shockmaster.
Oh, nice.
Well, let's see.
That took forever to
Post-Shockmaster. There is a case to be made that the Shockmaster's debut at WCW Clash of Champions 24 is the greatest of all time, albeit for all the wrong reasons.
Yes.
The organization has also described the incident as, quote, one of the most unintentionally funny moments in sports entertainment history, and, quote, a debacle many still consider one of the worst gaffes in the history of sports entertainment. While Ottman was displeased with the turn of events, he now finds humor in the incident. Next heading, Post-Shockmaster,
nice.
1993 to 1994. Just to explain, because Steve was wondering, where did the Super Shockmaster come from?
Yeah.
WCW attempted to salvage the incident by introducing a new character called the Super Shockmaster. Also portrayed by Ottman, he was presented as the Shockmaster's nephew and referred to the Shockmaster as Uncle Fred. You can't make this shit up.
We have to watch that before you leave.
Although apparently they did make it up.
All right, what are we doing for time?
I know. I keep going away from it. I think that we are at.
Oh crap! We're almost done.
We're almost done.
So we didn't get to talk about. Let's talk about that last thing.
Podcast into film. So tonight,
like he needs more promotion.
Or like late last night, there was a film Tusk by Kevin Smith that was based on a podcast. Apparently, he started. See, here's the thing. A long time ago, Kevin Smith
used to make films.
He used to make films, and then he got burned by critics, and he decided, you know what, I'm just going to do podcasts, because podcasts are the theater of the mind, right?
And basically, you don't have to.
You don't have to. All you have to do is use your voice, and you can tell a story, right? And what were you going to say?
Well, it basically, you don't need to have extreme funding. I mean, what are we doing?
You need a microphone and something to record the microphone into.
Yeah, and you basically, everybody that's listening to you is seeking it out. It's not like, you have to, like, you're throwing it out in theaters and hoping to get money from there.
Exactly.
He's getting plenty of money from his dick flashlight.
Yes. So he reached a point where he was going to retire after, I don't know which
That's what I thought. Like,
yeah, he was going to retire, and he was just going to do podcasts.
I thought he was going to do a hockey movie.
Yeah, he was going to do a hockey movie. Then it was going to be a hockey miniseries, and then who the hell knows what it's going to be. I don't know if it's ever coming out now. I was really interested in the hockey movie. That was going to be like his last one, and he fucking didn't do it. So anyway, he starts doing podcasts, and he's like really excited that he can basically just tell a story on his podcast and not have to pay anything, and it goes out into the world. But
well, basically, he was doing that anyways. He was doing all those like speaking engagements.
Yeah,
and basically, he was doing live podcasts.
He was doing live podcasts, and he just decided to make a podcast network. Anyway, so he makes this story, which I seem to recall hearing a long time ago, but I guess it only came out last year. He finds this anecdote about a guy who wanted somebody to, and it turns out it was plant. It was not a real story. Who wants somebody to come and live with him and dress for a couple hours a day in a walrus costume. And he decides to like read this story that he found online on air, and then he and his co-host sort of spitball and talk about like how that could turn into a horror movie. And now they've made it into a horror movie, and it's out in theaters. And I just
is it out in theaters?
It is out in theaters like right now. It's I think it came out last night.
Go to the what is it? The one in Cambridge, Kendall Square.
Yeah. Because the one in Harvard Square is gone, but yeah, the one in Kendall Square is where you usually find.
Yeah, that'll probably be there, unless he's touring the movie.
I don't think he's touring it like he did with the last one I saw of his was Red State. He toured that one.
I was gonna go see it in the theaters and like with him being there, but I ended up not, and I just got the digital download.
Yeah,
or like that.
John Martin and I, my co-host on the other show, we went and saw it in the theater with him, and it was good. It was pretty good film, and good to see it with him because there was the Q&A portion. Anyway, so he's making a film out of his podcast. I mean, is it not enough to podcast, Steve? Like, is it?
Well, he is. I think he has that filmmaker in his blood.
Yeah.
And
do you have a filmmaker in your blood?
I'm not a director. I think we did that. We talked about this. I'm a better actor than I'm a director.
We did talk about that. Yep.
And I'm shitty at lines.
Yeah, but what about writing? I mean, could you conceive of yourself like, is there a podcast that you've done, one of the ones we've done, or one of the ones you used to do that you could turn into a movie like that had that much of a narrative? I mean, we get too far off topic for anything to.
I think the idea, making a movie or writing a script or something like that about guys that do a podcast,
and apparently that's part of Tusk is that he.
Well, then never mind. It's already fucking done. Thanks, Kevin Smith.
Two of the guys, played by Justin. Is it Justin Long? Who was the
guy, the PC,
the Mac from the Mac and PC commercials.
And I apparently look like the guy that's the PC guy.
So Justin Long is so you look like
John Hodgman.
John Hodgman. Justin Long is one of the podcasters. You know who the other podcaster is? Speaking of people whose faces have really, we talked about Gary Shandling earlier. Somebody whose head has gotten really big.
Who's that?
Haley Joel Osment.
Yes.
Haley Joel Osment I think that's him. I'm pretty sure that's him. I could be wrong.
I think you're right. I think
Haley Joel Osment is playing the other podcaster alongside Justin Long, and that's just fucking weird.
I wonder if John's company is going to be working with him again soon, because he's the voice of Sora in Kingdom Hearts.
Oh, I did not know that. I was going to say, I wonder if Haley Joel Osment's catchphrase in this one is "I see fat people."
Because he's looking in the mirror?
I don't know, because he's working with Kevin Smith and he's looking in the mirror. And Chris tried to be funny.
Kevin Smith, he lost weight.
He did lose weight. And then he gained it and he lost it again.
Well, he smokes pot. So.
He does smoke pot.
He smokes a lot of pot. So I imagine it's hard to maintain a good weight loss schedule or whatever.
When you're smoking pot and your only exercise is fucking your flashlight? Yeah.
Come on, cut him some slack.
You're the one who keeps talking about him and his flashlight.
Well, that's his advertising. We need to get some goddamn advertising.
Yes.
Let's see if we can advertise somebody on the injured in no. The back of the phone book.
The back of the phone book. Now we're just trying to make each other laugh so we can finish the show.
No, we don't actually have to end it with a laugh.
No, we do. I mean, we do have to end it on a laugh.
I'll show you my license picture again.
Your license picture? That's not going to make me laugh. Oh. That's a sad, tragic thing that they don't let you take new.
Well, they would have let me take a new one, but I kept that one because I love that picture. Because I was just frightened. Well, I wasn't frightened, but they're like, she took two of them. Initially, this was back in 2008 when I originally had these pictures done for my license, and they took two, and I go, the second one. She goes, really? And I'm like, yeah. I look more surprised. She's like, yeah, that's a way of saying
that. That is a way of saying it. My favorite ID picture of all time. My freshman when I went to college. Previous to going to college, I had I always used my dad's dull razor as the only razor blade I had because I started to need to shave, and I didn't want to ask them to buy me a razor, and I wasn't going to go buy me a razor myself. I could almost just end the show there without me ever telling this dumb story. Steve just showed me his student ID.
From when I went to Bentley for 3 weeks.
I was using my dad's dull razor, and I went off to college, and I got like the little welcome package that they give you when you're a freshman. And the boys' welcome package included a razor.
Did it have a condom in there too?
It might have. I don't remember. I thought you were going to ask me a story about a follow-up story about condoms, and when I would have, and it would have gone into like when I first used one and when I lost my virginity, which is a whole other podcast. Next time. Because I'm trying to wrap it up. I'm just trying to tell a funny dumb story.
Okay, I'll let you finish your story and then
wrap it up. Condoms.
Stop saying
So
that doesn't mean stop talking.
So I went to I went and opened this box, and I took out the razor. Now keep in mind, I had no idea that my dad's razor was a dull razor. I just knew it was a razor. I didn't know razors got dull. So I go into the
if you go to dollarshaveclub.com,
I know, or Harry's. Harry's is the place that I go to, which is basically the same concept.
Okay, well, hopefully they'll be a sponsor. Me that has the beard and never shaves.
Yeah, well, I have rocked the beard here and there. Anyway, you get me horribly off topic.
Drink.
And so I go into the bathroom. I take the fresh, sharp razor, and I apply as much force to my face as I'm used to applying with my dad's dull razor, because I think that's what you're supposed to do.
Did you take a good chunk out of your face?
I ended up with like these 3 big scabs on my face for my college ID, which they would never let me take a new photo for the 4 years. So for 4 years, my college ID was fresh, plump-faced little me with 3 red scabs on my chin.
Aw,
I know.
Adorable. So we were talking about condoms briefly. And college, actually.
And college.
The thing is, like, that's basically when you start using condoms is in college.
Yes.
And so,
unless you're one of the popular kids.
And that's also how you get girls to sleep with you. You condom. Good night, everybody.